Hi, Mocha babies. And it's your girl, Moshe. Hey, y'all. I'm gonna wait till y'all say hey back. Hey, y'all. So, to start, I'm just, a girl. I'm gonna be here to tell story times, make you cry. I'm just here to be real with y'all. Like, it's no coating it. I have the name Moshe because I'm originally from DC, so that's where the Mo comes from, and the Shay is a part of my name. Just get comfortable, grab your popcorn, have a ball, okay? So of course y'all can tell by the title that this is going to be a juicy story time, okay? Disclaimer. Just a little disclaimer, I am over the situation. I no longer talk to these people. I no longer have communication with these people. And this situation is over. I'm happily in a relationship. This was just like a story time that I knew would grab everyone's attention because when it happened to me, I was like going on in this world, okay? So let's straight into the video. Before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with your friends, your family, and your mamas, y'all. Share. Thank you. Let's get straight into the video. So this incident takes place around the end of like 2018, beginning of 2019. I was dating this fraternity member at the time. We're not going to say what fraternity or anything because, as I said, I'm over the situation and I don't want to, bring up stuff from the past, like exposing or anything like this. This is not an exposing video. This is just my truth. I was dating this fraternity member, and at the time, he had just like finished, having relations with a young lady and a few young ladies, and I would find myself like having beef with them. And guys, the setting of this took place in college, so I was very much like 18, 19, like I was still young, okay? I am not the grown 25 that I am now. I was very much younger back then and immature. I would have beef with these specific individuals, and I was messy. I would like taunt them and like DM them and like have problems with them on like Instagram. And like one day I started to like live with my roommate at the time, and we're going to name the girl Bopper, and we're going to name my ex Hopper. So at the time, Bopper was in this like event. I'm not going to say what event, but in this event with my roommate, and that's how I kind of started to see Bopper more often because she would always be over me and my roommate's apartment because of this specific event. They would get ready together, they would like talk about the event, plan things, etc. So when Bopper would come over, I would be like taunting her because Hopper would be telling me
this stuff that Bopper like would do and like who she would do stuff with and etc. So I would be like, I thought just taunting Bopper because I was with Hopper and Hopper
was telling me all of these things about Bopper, and I was just like, and me and Bopper had like my ex wasn't the only mutual that we messed with. So it just was like, ugh, like, and you be messing with all my ungas, okay? All my ungas. Like, these are my ungas, okay? Okay. Me and my ex started to have like issues, but like they weren't like serious issues or anything like that I knew of yet. So we started to slightly like go through it. when we did, I used to try to like become more active on campus. So I joined this campus activity that Bopper like organized or whatever. Yes, I joined an activity that Bopper ran, and from that activity, me and Bopper like kind of grew closer. Like I started to know Bopper as her, like not through what anybody else had told me or like what I had heard. I got to know Bopper like for myself. So we started to get close and we started hanging out, and I just liked the vision that Bopper had, like the organization that Bopper made. It just was very touching to me from how I grew up. Like, you guys might not know, but I wasn't raised by my parents. I was adopted by my grandmother. So, you know, she would work with like foster kids and like things like that. And it just really touched me. Like, I've always wanted to work with kids in the system because I was one. So, me and Bopper started growing closer and closer and closer. And from there, like tell Hopper things like, oh, I'm hanging out with Bopper, and like, you know, maybe we should all hang out, because Bopper a relationship herself. Like, she was in a whole relationship, so it was nothing. I know it's probably going through your head, like, you wasn't worried that your man was gonna like be messing with Bopper? Like, no, I don't know. Like, knowing Hopper, you never know. But from like Bopper's perspective, like, she was in a full-blown committed relationship, and you know, I had nothing to worry about. So the Hopper would be like, like, I don't really want you hanging with her, like, don't you know I used to do that. And I would be like, yeah, like, but we all grown, like, you know, like, we grown. That wasn't, you know, we've been together for so much time now, like, you know, that was a little minute ago, in the past type thing. Like, we ain't gotta really worry about it. So we all started to hang together a little bit, even though Hopper would still be like in his feelings a little bit about all of us hanging together. He thought it was weird, which it was. Like, now that I'm a grown 25-year-old woman, I'm like, oh no, I would never hang with none of my man's exes. Okay, you tell me you're his ex, baby, it's goodbye. We all started hanging together, and that's when me and my ex started to like fall off. Me and Hopper started to fall out. Like, I started finding out things that he did and things do like behind my back. And I'm a Gemini, little do y'all know, so I'm very like intuitive, and I'm very like big on respect and big on loyalty, especially when I'm being loyal, because you know, we have that trait where we don't have to be loyal. I started to confide in Bopper about like the issues that were going on with Hopper, because me and Bopper had grown close. Like, me and Bopper would start doing everything together. We would go out, we would like study together. She would help me organize like my schoolwork. Like, I hate organizing stuff. Like, I hate, and Bopper was on top of that. Like, I helped Bopper move into her apartment with her boyfriend. Like, little things like that. Like, me and Bopper had grown extremely close, like, over this period of time. So I leaned into Bopper when me and Hopper started to fall off, and I was in my feelings and going through, you know, normal breakup stuff. I started to, if you don't know, I'm 420 friendly, so I started to like go smoke trees with Bopper more often, so that we talk and just have our normal like conversation with one another.
From there, I met her brother, Player. We gonna call him Player, okay?
Bopper introduced me to Player because we're all in the same like organization too on campus, and they were already like hanging out. But keep in mind, Bopper was in a relationship, so I was fresh out of a relationship, and Bopper introduced me to Player. And once she did that, baby, it was over, okay? I was like, me and Player was texting, me and Player would like talk on the phone. If you don't know, like, Playa was like the plug. Like, Playa, stayed with trees, okay? And I would call Playa to get some trees. I would be like, yeah, pull up, I need some trees, And in that time, me and Playa would like talk and chill and hang. Like, it wouldn't just be like, huh, get your, like, So a couple of like weeks or a month or so, I don't know, I'm grown. But from there, Playa and I started to be very much so intimate, okay? Like, very much so intimate, which unfortunately Bopper knew, because as I stated, we were very much like close. Like, that was my bestie, okay? Like, bestie with the tech, like, that was my bestie, okay? Like, we was very much close. So she was very much aware of the relationship with me and Playa, the relationship with me and Playa. Okay, because I couldn't keep my mouth closed at the time. Now me, I don't tell nobody about my business. I don't tell nobody about the stuff that I do in the bedroom. I don't tell nobody about nothing, okay? Not about me and my man. Me and my man.
Sorry, y'all.
No,
Right there, my
okay?
dogs
No,
got the
'cause
playing
females be
and
secretly
getting
like,
in the way,
I need
y'all.
to give that a
So
try. Or,
I had to
I
try to
need
get
do
them
this,
out.
or,
My
I need to do
bad.
that. From there, me and Bopper, like, Bopper would pick me up from work. Like, me and Bopper would just hang out all the time. Like, me and Bopper was in the streets, okay? Like, we was out and about, okay? We was in the streets. So Bopper just like kind of fell back. Like, she wouldn't like text me as much as she used to text me. She wouldn't like call me as much as she used to call me. Like, we wouldn't be on the phone, and I found that weird. And one day I just was like, forget it, I'm about to do an investigation, and I'm about to go looky on the social medias, okay? So I get to looking on the social medias, and why I see on Bopper's Instagram and her close friends that she posed up with bottles, like booed up kind of with Playa, and I'm looking like what? Girl, what? So I'm still like digging, like, because that was her brother, y'all know, brother. So I'm just looking like, maybe that's not what I think it is. Like, something got to be off. Like, this is not what I think it is. So I'm looking still one day, and like each like day that I went to look, like, it was something new. Like, Bopper wanted me to know, like, her and Playa was together. Ew, that's so weird. And Bopper ended up pregnant, and I wanted to fight her because who you pregnant by? And ended up being Bopper got pregnant by Playa, and that's why Bopper fell back. And I would have fell back too, because that's nasty. We're gonna call a spade what a spade is. That's trifling, okay? You were my friend. You introduced me to Playa, okay? Because that's your brother, okay? You introduced me to Playa for us to start talking, okay? And then you go behind your friend's back and get pregnant by Playa. It makes no sense, y'all. Like, it makes no, I mean, literally, like, jaw dropped. Like, and Bopper had a sister, and the sister kept trying to get, like, jump and punk fake, and I don't duck nothing, okay? Like, you my friend, like, I want all the smoke, like, all the smoke. So I was trying to fight Bopper, and the little sister don't even need a name, but I was trying to fight Bopper, Playa, and the little sister, because, well, all y'all nasty, all y'all deserve it. Like, y'all deserve every karma that's coming to y'all, because for the little sister, I would have told my big sister, yeah, that's wild. You introduced them together, and then you go behind her back and get pregnant by him. That's nasty. I don't care if it was a one night thing.
That's nasty. And she knew she was wrong because she ghosted me.
Which was great. God works in mysterious ways, and I'm so glad he works in the way that he worked, because I did not need that friendship, like, at all. But thank y'all so much for listening to this story time. If y'all like it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in with your girl. Bye, y'all. Bye, Mocha Baby.